You have failed this city. Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and today we're actually talking about Arrow. Yeah, the old CW show that ended, I think, like 2 years ago. We're talking about it. You might be wondering, why are you talking about an old TV show that kind of went downhill after the second season? Because the 10-year anniversary recently passed. I wanted to make this video and get it out by the anniversary, but you know, you get busy, stuff happens. You don't always get to get stuff out when I want to. That's why I feel so behind on a lot of videos I want to make, but that's okay because I'm making them now. But yeah, I wanted to talk about Arrow. This is like, I think this is also my second time trying to record this because it's a show that I actually do really enjoy for the most part. Overall, there's some good and some bad. So I feel like, because of the 10-year anniversary, I'm taking this as an excuse to talk about it. So yeah, I'm gonna rank all the seasons, and I hope you guys can tell me your ranking down in the comment section below. But let's get started. Easily in last place is the season that almost everybody, I think like 99% of people have in last place, and that is season 4. This season was, oh my goodness, there's very little I think that I liked in this season. One thing I actually liked that I'm not sure, I think a lot of people disliked, but I personally thought I liked it, was Thea becoming Speedy, becoming a part of Team Arrow. I actually liked that. Like, when I think of when I think of Team Arrow, the characters I think of is, well, obviously Green Arrow, Felicity, John Diggle, Arsenal, and Speedy. Those are the ones that immediately come to my mind. And then, oh, and Black Canary. Like, those are the ones that immediately come to my mind when I think Team Arrow. Everyone else is kind of like just, you know, there. But those are the ones that come to my mind when I think Team Arrow. So I liked the fact that she became a hero. I really liked how he had his name change from Arrow to Green Arrow. I thought that was cool how they did that. But that's literally all I can think of when I think of what's good about this season. It felt long and drawn out. The villain felt like he should have been in a different show. And when they put him in a different show, that being Legends of Tomorrow, he felt like a way better villain. Laurel's death wasn't emotional at all when it really should have been. Like, that was such a missed opportunity when it came to Laurel's death. Because, like, Laurel's this character that we spent 4 years with. A character that's been a really important to Oliver. And a character I came to like. And I thought was a cool, fun character that I enjoyed. And then the way they killed her off was just like, I didn't like it. I don't like how they killed her. It should have been way better than it was. I don't know. That was so disappointing to me. But yeah. Next up at number 7, we have season 6. Now, this is a season that, for the most part, to me, is kind of forgettable. Like, I mean, there's some cool action in it. But, like, this season and season 7, I don't know why. They blend together to me. Like, I don't know why. They blend too much together. And the fact that it's just so forgettable and felt really long and drawn out, which, I mean, it's a common complaint for a lot of these shows and seasons, just to me felt like it was okay. It was an okay season. Like, I don't hate any of this show. Well, season 4 comes close, but like, I thought season 6 was okay, and I just, you know, it's okay. Next up at season 6, we have season 7. Like I said before, season 7 and 6 for some reason to me become very mixed together, and I blend the two together. However, season 7 had the prison storyline, and that was a really good storyline that I really enjoyed. I thought was cool. The idea of his identity getting revealed I thought was done okay. It was pretty okay. I enjoyed it. So yeah, I thought it was really cool, the prison storyline. But then after that, what was it? I think it was the first 7 episodes that they did that storyline. After that, it became forgettable to me again. I was just like, I don't really remember much of this, and it's feeling very long and drawn out. I will say though, the ending of the season I thought was also really good. The beginning of the season, the ending of the season were really good. It's the middle that felt okay, because like because I mean, it did feel like it very much felt like it could have been the ending to the show, because it had him retiring with Felicity, going off to this place where they were safe, handing Team Arrow off for someone else for it to be continue with the rest of them, having his kid. I thought it was really good. And yeah, the flash forwards for both of these seasons I thought were okay. Like, I didn't hate them. I have to point this out. I'll be completely honest with you. I don't remember if this was in season 6 or 7, but in one of these seasons, one of the main storyline had Arsenal as the main character of that storyline, and the flash forward had Arsenal as the main character of the storyline. But then in the present day, they like did this fake out death where it's like, oh my goodness, did Arsenal just die? And they like treat it like, honestly, like they think you like the audience would think that he's dead. And I think to myself, we know he's not dead. He's in the flash forward. So that was just weird to me. But I don't know what season that in. That doesn't really affect too much. But I really wanted to say that because I've been thinking it for years. But yeah, next up, the season bringing us into the top 5 is season 3. The season that takes one of the biggest Batman villains and makes him an Arrow villain. And it does a pretty decent job at it. Not as good a job as another season that I will bring up later, but it does a pretty decent job at it. I mean, they do that a lot. They pretty much made this version of him Batman, and then because he's dark and brooding, they gave him Batman's robes. But I was okay with it. I actually really enjoyed this season and this version of Arrow. But yeah, this is once again a season that has some good, some bad. I enjoyed it. I thought it was an okay season. Was it too drawn out? Yes, but that's like every season in the show except for the top 2. And yeah, I just really enjoyed it. I don't really have too much to say about this season, but besides the fact that I enjoyed it, but I thought could have been way better. It's not nearly as good as the seasons higher up. But yeah, so moving on though to next at number 4. Now that we're in the top 4, these top 4 I actually really enjoy. I really like these top 4. Like whenever I think of the top best of Arrow, I think these top 4. And this is the top 4. At number 4, we have season 8. I have heard some people say that they weren't a fan of how they did season 8. I actually really enjoyed it. Like I really enjoyed it. I don't know if it was the fact that it was so short, so it didn't feel as long and drawn out. Maybe I only thought it was good because it was the last season, and I know it would be the last time I get to see Oliver and this cast for most likely ever. Except for some crossovers here and there, but even then, not much. I absolutely loved seeing Oliver and Mia team up. It was so awesome. I really enjoyed that. It just put a huge smile on my face when they finally met. Oh, I thought it was awesome. The character arcs for both William and Mia also, I think, were really good, especially because we left, like, last time we saw William as a kid, he did not like Oliver because he didn't understand why all this stuff was going on. But then we finally get closure with him meeting Oliver again and being like, hey, I understand why all this went down and I'm sorry. And I thought that was good. Mia also gets some closure because she thought her dad was a jerk who left her. Turns out, he wasn't a jerk, he was a hero. So I really enjoyed that as well. And yeah, I just think this season was really, really fun and enjoyable, and I really liked it. And I'll be completely honest with you, I think this season was kind of emotional. Part of it was because it was the final season, but also like a lot of the callbacks they did and stuff like that, I thought were really good. However, I'm not sure if this is necessarily an Arrow Season 8 thing or a Crisis on Infinite Earths thing. I did not like how they undid literally every death in the show besides Oliver's. To me, that was just the dumbest decision ever, because that means all the other deaths in the seasons had no meaning to it. Like, I thought that was so stupid. Again, I'm not sure if that's an Arrow Season 8 flaw or a Crisis on Infinite Earths flaw. I think it was an Arrow Season 8 flaw. They just blamed on Crisis because they didn't show us that they were alive in Crisis. They showed us that they were alive in another episode of Arrow. So, like, I thought that was just the dumbest decision ever. I hated that decision. I thought that was dumb. Especially because of some things we will get to later. But bringing us into the top 3, we have Season 5. A season that, honestly, my biggest flaw is that I felt too long and drawn out. Yes. But the rest of it, I actually really enjoyed. Prometheus, I thought it had this great motivation for wanting to kill Oliver, as well as the twist of who he was pretty good. The actor who portrayed him did a great job, and this guy can act because he made you hate him in this show, and he's like one of the best characters of She-Hulk when he plays Pug. I really enjoyed this season. I thought there was a lot of good in it. However, one more flaw I do have with this season is I really did not like how they divided Team Arrow the way they did. To me, that was just unnecessary drama. That when I rewatch season 5, I'm just gonna skip all that. I'm just gonna skip those episodes completely because they're just annoying to me. I was just like, my goodness, these guys are babies. Like, but besides that, I really enjoyed most of this season. Now these top two are like great. That I have I think no flaws with that I can think of right now. And I go back and forth on which one's better and which one's worth. As of right now, this could change by like tomorrow. As of right now, at number 2, I have season 1. Now, like I said, I think this season is great. The villain, Malcolm Merlin, I feel a really great villain. They did a great job showing us Oliver's origin, and it was great the way they did it. This is when we got introduced to all these characters that we ended up loving and their great character arcs. This is also when Felicity was not annoying. This is when she was a fun character that we enjoyed having on screen. Then they made her annoying, like season 4, because I don't know why. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about season 1. And yeah, I just really enjoyed it. And I have to say this is this season is one of the only Arrowverse shows that really made me like cry over a character's death. Like when a character died in Arrowverse, especially Arrow, because I swear no one stays dead in Arrow. Almost like the MCU. Anyway, like I was saying, because they did. When they killed off Tommy, first of all, they made him such a likable, lovable character that you just really enjoyed him. I really liked him. I thought his friendship with Oliver was great, and he was a character I really enjoyed. And when they killed him off, man, I thought it was just so emotional. It's one of the few times I could, like, whenever I think of the most emotional moment in the entire Arrowverse, meaning every show, every season of every show, I think of Tommy's death. Because yes, I've teared up with another death that I'll talk about later. Yes, I teared up with some of Barry's stuff with his mother in season 1 of Flash, and like I said, and I mean I guess technically, and even Superman, like I said, Superman and Lois, yes, but that one's more recent. But yes, that one did make me emotional. This is the thing I go back to when I think of the most emotional Arrowverse moment. I think of that moment. Because that's the moment. That's the main moment that makes me like, oof, oh gosh. Which is why it was stupid that they undid it in season 8 of Arrow, because it takes away all the emotion out of that. But you know, we're not talking about season 8 right now. We're talking about season 1. Actually, not anymore. Now we're gonna talk about number 1, because at number 1 we have Arrow season 2. Yes, that's right, season 2. Now, I'll tell you the biggest reason this is over season 1. The villain. Malcolm Merlin is a great villain. Yes, I liked him as a villain. He was a great villain. However, I kind of like Deathstroke just a little bit more. His connection to Oliver was great. In my personal opinion, season 2 had the better flashbacks as well over season 1. Part of that could be because of the fact that it was building up Deathstroke, but still better. It had better flashbacks. Deathstroke was such a great villain. The way they did the action, the finale with the action with, you see the present day fight between Oliver and Deathstroke, and then it will flash back and forth between that and the past fight between Oliver and Deathstroke, was just great. Deathstroke was brutal. It was awesome. Like I said before, they brought Sarah back to life, which is one of the few instances where they brought a character back to life in the show that I actually liked, just because it made sense because of the fact that she technically, we didn't know there was no proof that she was dead. There was no body found or anything, and it's not necessarily obvious because we've seen it in movies and TV shows before where people would fall off boats or planes or something. Okay, maybe not planes. They fall off boats and stuff. They'd get lost and stranded. Turns out they're not dead. Big twist halfway through the season or a movie. They're not dead. They were just stranded. And we found that out with Sarah, and then she would go on to be a great, fun character in Legends of Tomorrow. But yeah, that's the one time I did not mind them bringing a character back to life in Arrow. And yeah, I thought the storyline was pretty good. It didn't feel too long drawn out. Yes, it had. There were some instances where it did, but they also did like the villain of the week stuff. So you know, there's that. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. The action was cool. To me, this might be the best season of Arrow. Season 1 is very close to beating it. But because of Deathstroke being a villain I personally prefer in the better flashbacks, I put it on top at #1 for now. But like I said before, what is your ranking of these seasons? Would you like to see any more of these? I'd be happy to rank the Flash seasons, Legend seasons, Supergirl seasons, and so on. I'll even rank the shows if you want me to. I'll do that too. If you guys would see it. But yeah. Thanks for taking time to watch. If you like this video, please hit that like button. It would make me so happy if you guys hit that like button. It's just awesome. And if you want to see more videos like this, I've done a couple rankings before. I'm going to rank the Marvel shows eventually. I already ranked some of them. I got multiple movie and TV reviews, including reviews of Superman and Lois Season 1 and Stargirl Season 2. So if you want to see those, I think Stargirl Season 2's review is out. I'm recording them on the same day. I think it's out by the time you're seeing this. But yeah, thanks for taking time to watch. I can't believe it's been 10 years since Arrow aired. Wow. Man, time flies. Now the Arrowverse is practically dead. Sad. But yeah, thanks so much for taking time to watch. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye.